If you're familiar with me, you will know I'm mainly making knowledge education content. And the main resource for me to make those videos are actually reading. They're really useful and systematic. However, after I reading this book, How People Learn, Brain, Mind, Experience, and School, it actually make me realize I have a loss of skewed perception of reading. What's even more interests me is when I start watching more and more content on the internet, on YouTube, TikTok, 90% of the content about education, reading, are actually wrong and misleading. You may wonder what this book is. I will give you a little bit background. So first, the author of this book are actually National Research Council, Institute of Medicine, National Academy of Engineering, National Academy of Science. The goal of this book is mainly have two. First is figure out the problem, how people learn. So they invite all the smart people to gather a big literature review of brain science, educations, and etc. Second goal of this book is more like a national government project to figure out how should we teach our next generation so we have more talent, so we have a better countries in futures. One of the big subjects that people really interested in is actually about how can I read fast or learn fast, become a fast learner, become expert. However, most of them are really misleading, the information, include a lot of really big influencers and YouTubers. In the book, it mainly mentions one way you can become a fast learner, fast reader, is to increase your understanding pool. I will do a simple experiment here. I will put a couple pictures here really slow. And then I will flash those pictures fast. You will find yourself really easy to recognize those pictures because you saw them before. You already spent the energy to know about them. And especially for me, my personal experience, when you finish some fundamental, important book in the field, you will find that piece of information will get quoted again and again and again, and you don't even have to read about them. For example, when I finish Thinking Fast and Slow, it takes me a really long time. But when in future read almost any psychology book, investments, or even economic, they all take like 10% of the whole book just to cover what has been done in Thinking Fast and Slow. Or even more, there's a lot of bestseller books, for example, Gladwell's book. The whole book sometimes is to describe one research paper that only is 10 page, 20 page long. And that's only on the shallow level. On the deeper level, this book explains what's the biggest difference between an expert who are fast learner compared to a newbie. The biggest difference is they have a mind model. So all the knowledge in their head is not isolating, floating. They're all actually connected somehow. For example, relationship. Lots of people have relationship problems. It's mainly because they only thinking relationship in a single angle, is themselves. But if you can thinking from their angle, my angle, from think like economist, think like investments knowledge, think like philosophical psychology, you will understand relationship in a more broader term, in a more complete term. So if we apply the same logic of reading, sometimes one really long sentence in a big nonfiction book may take us a minute, 2 minutes to understand. We even have to check some words. But when we can think like economists, think like investment bankers, think like philosophers, this sentence will be really easy to understand it because we see the different side of the same sentence and the application of it. Now we understand how can we read faster and become a fast learner. Let's see what's the misleading, why those information are so misleading online, even those big YouTubers, big influencers. On the internet, there's two main opinions how to read faster. First, speed read. Second is reading assistant. Let's go down one by one. Speed read, they suggest you read only in the middle, they train your eye, you just go for it. You may lose some understanding, but overall you read way more. But here's the problem, is you will lose understanding. First, when majority of people read, we want to understand the meaning behind it and to apply those knowledge in real life. But however, lots of people or YouTubers or influencer content creators, they was a good students and they will apply the same good student mindset when they're out there. When they talk about fast read, only read the middle, just skim through, skip the examples, they're telling you how to become a good student. Remember facts, repeat facts. How can I chunk as much information into my head with even no understanding of it? Because nobody cares in school. But in real life, that's actually really important. The second reason you will lose understanding when you speed read is you'll skip lots of examples. You thought you understand it, but you lose the opportunity to see the same thing from a different angle. Third reason when you speed read, you lost understanding is when you read so fast, you don't leave yourself enough time to understand the thing that you disagree. So what happens is when you skim through the whole book, you fast read, you only understand the thing that you agree. The more you read, the more biased you become. Because you understand the biased thing or whatever you agreed before already. And let's look at the second suggestion. Reading assistant. Use a pen. You sometimes read out loud the text silently. The main reason I said sometimes, yes, you can increase speed, but you lost something fundamentally, is the reason why people read in the first place. Reading is a better learning method. It's because it's active learning. You can take your time. You can go back. You can connect the thoughts with your head. You can go Google. It's not like you're in a class, you have to sit there and hear the teacher keep tossing you word and shove to your head. The connection is what's most important. There's never a one-size-fits-all. If it's easier for you to go back every time, you should have, because understanding pool are the goal. In the end, I want to conclude, all those influencers, content creators, they're really successful. Why they still giving so much misleading informations? My opinion is they themselves already have big understanding pool. That shows that they read fast, but they conclude their method wrongly. In the end, I want to use this little example to show you my opinion on this. There's a 3-person standing in the elevator, and the elevator is going up to top floor. Everybody thinks they're so great because they are standing so tall. People go interview them. How did you guys so high up? First person say, oh, I was doing push-up in the elevator. That's you need to work hard. You need to exercise in order to get to the top. Second person bang his head on the wall. And he will tell the interview guy, said, to go to the top, you need to suffer a lot. And the third person just standing there doing nothing. When people interview him, he will tell you the answer that you just need to wait. Luck will come to you. But the only truth why the guy is so high up is actually because the deeper reason, the elevator, instead of whatever they're doing in the elevator. They can tell people whatever they did, but does it matter? Maybe not. I super scared people will get mad because people really chasing for the emotional values that they feeling they're getting better by watching videos. But my goal of today's video is not to saying they're all hoax, they're wrong. It's actually to help people who want to become better. And thank you so much. My name is Paul. I see you next time.